Okay, guys, so this is gonna be it's a little bit late just because there was a little bit of complications on when people could battle. Some people had to battle like on Sunday, so I couldn't get the video out on Sunday like I wanted. So I'm getting it out today now, and this is the draft league that we're doing. These are all the teams that are participating. So the way this is working is that it's teams of two people, and they're sharing mons from this pool that we drafted. um, Me and my friend, we're the Sigma Corporation, and we are on the far left. And the next one's our opponent in this well, at least rounds, I guess. That's Team Labyrinth, which unfortunately, Cheese Puff, which is the guy who I'm battling, his partner could not show up, so he's gonna be battling for him basically for all the matches. And this is the next team is Rough and Tumble, which is two friends of mine, and Team Gamer Fathom, which is two other friends of mine. Unfortunately for them, they were not able to be there on the day of the crafting, so their mons were randomized, but they still got some fairly decent peaks, so it wasn't like that bad. Um, but yeah, so the way it's gonna work for this, well, I guess day, was because it was supposed to happen all on Saturday, the matches, but this is the first day of the league technically, and all these matches, it's gonna be four battles, which is so it would be each team member fighting each other team member once, and basically, whole point of this right now is not really to because people could still tie. It's not really to win the whole round, but rather to earn points. Because at the end of the tournament, whoever has the most points, as in they beat the most people in these team battles, will go do a finalist like match. Um, so yeah, uh, I'll turn this off, and this should be the first battle, and this will be Team Rough and Tumble versus um, uh, Team Gamer Fathom. So this should be exciting. I have not seen these battles yet, so this is my first reaction to them. So here we go. Let me turn this off. Okay, standard play. The deal's a lot. I'm thinking that Scissors banded. Um, Go to Lycanroc into the dual wing beat. That's still doing like a lot. Oh yeah, so it's clearly banded, I guess, because they put swap there. But then again, yeah, okay. So Lycanroc goes down to Mammoth Swan to Walrein. Interesting. Earthquake doing a lot. I'm thinking that Mammoth Swan is also banded. Surprised it didn't swap. I feel like oh, it's not banded. Huh. They probably thought it was at that point, and they just went into it. Oh, but it just dodged to that bullet punch. I wonder what it could have been. Maybe it was Assault Vest or something. It was clearly not Life Orb. So Porygon takes a lot of damage here, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's going to leave another bullet punch even after doing that. Oh, yeah, and it turns into an Ice type. That's unfortunate. Um, yeah, Scizor kind of carrying here, but here comes Mega Latias, which is a threatening mon. Oh, wow, that bullet punch is still doing, like, a lot. Scizor goes down, but it dealt a lot to Latias. Regieleki is able to come in here. Gorgai's coming in. Yeah, that banded Scizor is scary on this team. Um, that is doing a lot. Oh, that crunch. I think if they had Power Whip, I would have gone for it there, but yeah, still worked out. For Alligator goes down, but it's really like, oh, is that Scarf? Or is Duraludon just that fast? Oh, that's yeah. Okay, I think that's Scarf. I feel like that has to be if that's that. But that was kind of close actually. I feel like there could have been a couple plays I could have done differently, but definitely a lot of interesting sets. But that banded Scizor, that was pretty threatening. I think it got like, well, it did most of the work really. I think it got like 2, 3 kills. I don't really remember, but that was pretty good. Um, so here's the second match out of that set. I didn't remember to turn that off. Um, into Tangrowth. Firefang does a lot, so I'm thinking maybe this is a best variant, but then again, that's a sword stance. It's probably still defense if it lived, actually, not thinking about it. That sleep powder is pretty crucial. Knockoff, dealing a lot. Surprised they let it go down like that, considering the swap to Muck was pretty free, and they could have found some Regenerator off. But Aerial Ace, that's interesting, considering it has, pretty sure it has dual Wing Beat now. Um, Getting Webs up. Okay, into Arcanine. Deals a lot to Mamoswine, now Webs. Unless the Latias has default, I think he has no way of getting rid of Webs. I think now he might try to go for the sweep, but yeah, I think that's AV, and that's a lot. Um, Knockoff Justified, nice. It's got the Shuckleberry, the Arcanine, Stealth Rock, the Lycanroc. Hopefully it wakes up. Oh wow, that is a lot of damage. I guess Lycanroc is really frail. Into Gourgeist. First, oh wow, it has a choice band. Interesting. And is this Flash Fire or Intimidate? Okay, so Intimidate did not go off, so I'm thinking it's Flash Fire. Knock off another justified hit to Aerodactyl. That should, yeah, that does a lot. Those nicknames. That's an interesting predict. I would have not predict Scolpy going for Earthquake. Now it goes for the Mega Horn, but I imagine it. Oh, it actually goes for Sword Stance. Interesting. And Porygon goes for Conversion. That is quite interesting. Yeah, after that Sword Stance, it does not live. The Covalion and the Earthquake. Yeah, that was interesting. I feel that wasn't as close, but um, yeah, that Scolpy kind of finished off. Um, Goes on to the next battle. Um, so this is Danny Pixelmon. If he was in one of those live streams, you guys remember. Interesting, Sash Pavilion. Oh, that sucks. Unlucky. True. The Manectric. I imagine the Volt Switch comes out here. Yeah, the Volt Switch. The Slowbro. Now the Sleep Powder of their side hits. Into a knockoff. Knocking off Specs. Into Scolipede. Into Quagsire. Quagsire is actually pretty good there because it doesn't care about Scolipede. Still does a lot, but I imagine they have. Uh-oh. Oh, another Misclick. It's quite unfortunate, but recover going off. Slowbro knocking off again, not dealing as much. Into Sleep Powder. Oh, they're probably counting sleep turns. That's interesting. But the calculation was a little bit off. Uh, Quagsire. Quagsire kind of carrying right now. Into Tangrowth, recovering. Imagine the swap. Yeah, into Slowbro again. Put to sleep again. To a Alolan Muck, who's probably gonna go for a knockoff. Yeah. Oh, and the Poison Touch. That's not good. And it loses its Rocky Helmet. To an Ice Punch. Interesting. Earthquake. Dang, that sucks for Quagsire. Mega Manectric going in. This is probably a Volt Switch if I had to guess. Interesting. And that worked out quite well. Okay, now it's just taking out Scolipede. Interesting that I guess it has a focus type, so I guess that makes sense why they didn't go for do a stealth rock. Rock move probably, I imagine. Roar, interesting. Oh, that dealt nothing. That is quite an interesting strategy that they're going for with Mudsteel. I didn't even know it got roar. That goes down. Um, Thunder into Slowbro. Does a lot, wakes it up. Future Sight. That's really interesting. Into Breloom. Spore fails. Oh, and Future Sight fails. That's unfortunate. Mach Punch takes it out. It's looking pretty close now. Mach Punch deals half. Oh, but he goes for the Fog. That's the Fog on Aerodactyl. That's interesting. Aerodactyl goes down into Arcanine. Another Mach Punch. That deals a lot. Oh, and the recoil. That's interesting. Okay, here's the next one. Um, to Walrein. Quagsire, Ice Beam. To Toxic. Fortunately, Quagsire goes down this early, but Walrein is Toxic, so here's a really free Volt Switch. Yeah, this goes down to Slowbro. Surf doesn't do that much. Into Zapdos. I think, yeah, he's just gonna get rid of rocks here. Into a Future Sight. Into Breloom. Interesting that he called Volt Switch. Bullet Punch does a lot. That Banded Scissor is powerful. Kind of scared to face it off now in my next matches. But, oh wow, it goes down early. That's pretty good. Into a Crunch. I wonder if he lives like a waterfall from this. Interesting that he goes for Dragon Dance. If it doesn't kill here, he's just gonna roar. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. I guess I don't know which order these battles were taking from, but yeah, if I knew that Mudsdale had roar, I would have not stayed in like that. Interesting. Your Heat Wave doesn't even do that much. Mudsdale is pretty strong here. Into a Roost. To a Roar. Regularly comes out. I wonder if he's gonna go for a Hyper Beam. No, he just switches back and for Alligator. To another Roar into Zapdos. Mudsdale is quite strong here. Aw, Heat Wave. If the burn happened there, that could have been close. I wonder if Regularly now attacks with like Hyper Beam. Extreme Speed. Interesting. Pavilion. So I feel like it's Choice Lock, because I feel like I would have just Volt Switched there. Oh, that sucks. Even with the Compound Eyes, that miss. So that is so low chance of happening, of that missing twice. Because if he has Compound Eyes, that should have. Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. That actually sucked because that is like a 5% chance like each time, I think. Because Compound Eyes gives that Hurricane like a lot more accuracy. So the chances of it actually missing is kind of low. So that is pretty unfortunate. Just slow row into for Alligator. Do a Crunch. Does a lot but does not kill. Future Sight. That is risky because now he gets to do that. Oh, and the misclick on the Future Sight. Oh, that was so close. That sucks. That was really close there in the end, and it got really unfortunate for Danny. Really, like he was doing nice plays, especially considering his team had like some weird mons. That is really unfortunate because yeah, that was actually pretty close. Like I feel like if those hurricanes had not missed like that and would have maybe killed Zapdos, and if he maybe didn't miscook on that future side of that future side actually killed for alligator, things would have been a little bit different. Cause I'm not sure. I mean, maybe Regulucky could have killed um what's this called Mega Manectric at that range, but yeah, that is unfortunate. That Pavilion could also probably swept if we got enough Quiver Dances up, but yeah. So these are our matches. So this is my friend Alan the dog versus Cheese Puff, who will be battling for his teammate as well. And not not gonna lie, I didn't do as good as I thought I would. But here's our battle with Alan and Cheese. Um, so this is some kind of funny thing that happened that the parting shot basically forced us to switch. Even though we were gonna go for teleport that turn, so that was pretty funny. He goes to parting shot again, though. I think yeah, we just go for stealth right here. Golok is actually pretty scary mon in this. Cheese makes a lot of like mons that he has like incredibly scary. His Aggron is probably one of the scariest mons in his team. Um, it really messes with us like during the whole game, and we really have to take it out if we want a chance to win. Um, so here we just spore the Cell Valley. We were trying to just get a spore off on something. I think Cell Valley is the worst thing with spore because it really doesn't do anything. It's a horrible mon. But yeah, into a switch predicting the steel move. But he actually curses here. Now I get really scared because I'm thinking this is like curse rest or something. I don't think it has rest or sleep talk at all because he has protect. But like this is still quite threatening. Um, so he goes for going for curse, and he goes for those body pressures. He takes out Melmetal. And Earthquake is just doing nothing. Um, not sure. I mean, later we see that he has another move other than body press. I'm not sure why he didn't just go for like Iron Defense if he's doing like a body press. Um, but curse still works in his favor. Earthquake deals lots of damage off to Sylveon here. Sylveon protects. So this is going to be a wish protect. So his strategy here is to wish into the Aggron so he can heal it, which is pretty dangerous for us. And his protects are really kind of weakening us here because it's really messing with our sand. Um, we kind of forgot when we were drafting to get two sand mons. So whenever we got Tyranitar, it's actually kind of a weak sand pick because you can't put the smooth rock on it. It still kind of works, but not as good. Um, to Tyranitar. We make sure to Toxic something off here, especially Sylveon, because we don't want those wishes going off. And we go into Tyranitar here just because we also didn't want like Aggron just coming in and getting a free wish. I think at this range we could have Earthquake killed. I don't remember exactly what we were thinking, but we're trying to really play around Sylveon here because we do not want it to heal off like an Aggron, and if it does, we kind of want to do it so that it's in our favor. So he revealed a Toxic, and the main reason we got Toxic and Spore in the same mon is because Cheese drafted a Pikamuku, which is another mon he knows how to use, like pretty scarily. It's a pretty scary mon to go up against, because of how it can really shut down teams that don't have an answer to it. Um, Here we're just trying to play around to Among Us. Um, Helix, I'm not sure what he was trying to do. For a second I thought that it was going to be throat spray Helix and he was going to try to sweep that way, but he just goes for a regular hyper voice and doesn't do that much to Among Us. Um, Here we're just trying to really make sure. So this was actually kind of dangerous. That we went for clear smog back, so if that killed, that could have gone to Aggron. But here, like we kind of knew it was going in, and we couldn't really stop it from healing it, so we just put it to sleep. which was good for us. And here we just go back to Tyranitar. I think he called us going to Tyranitar there. Um, so here we have Mungus that kind of walls most of this team pretty well. And I think that Golok is banded considering. Oh, it's not banded. Um, yeah, I guess Golok just does that much damage. Um, but oh yeah, we probably thought it was banded at that point. And that's why we just lost everything. We even lost Rayquaza right there. And well, I don't remember this happening that we got disconnected, but I guess that happened. We did lose that way. I don't think we were winning from this spot, anyways. Um, yeah, but here's the next battle that we did. This was against the other team that they had, which is also has some scary mons. Uh, we just go Melmetal. We were kind of thinking he was gonna lead with Carving, because we were thinking that the Carving was sturdy Trick Room like Stealth Rocks, and that was like gonna be the combo with Mawile, but it wasn't. So uh, here we just get the teleport. Metal goes in. Rotom. Here Rotom is kind of a cheap player, especially because it kind of deals with our Metal, which is kind of dangerous. Um, Gregasalt actually comes in clutch this game. It's pretty strong, especially like Volt Switch does nothing to it. Unfortunately, we just kind of lose a lot of health on it. Here we just kind of get predicted, but we were kind of just going for like safe moves. We were trying to be like pretty safe with it. That was a pretty nice Bolt Beak right there. Um, Unfortunately, Rotom gets to live that, which is not really good for us. Um, Here that Volfig does a lot. And he goes back into Mala. I think we get another clean Bolt Beak off on it. That deals a lot. Unfortunately, because of the attack reduction, doesn't. I probably might have killed at that range. But yeah, we kind of call him going for something that would be dangerous. So we just go into that. And Blissey kind of doesn't really get to do much here because it doesn't really get to switch on Null Metal because Double Iron Bash is just so much damage. So we get to get rid of Blissey early, which is really good. Um, Here we go to this because we didn't want Rotom to get healed, so we just went into it, and we thought it would live the Hydro Pump and the Volt Switch, but I guess it didn't live the Hydro Pump. So we go into Amoonguss, into Carbink, and we get the Spore off. We were hoping to hit something like Mawile, but we didn't really have much better plays there, I think. Um, we took Excadrill, which was dangerous, but kind of risky at the same time. Yeah, I was telling Alan that he wouldn't live the Sucker Punch, but unfortunately, uh, Drill went down. But we still kind of saved Amoonguss from the Psychic Fangs, which will come in clutch later. We definitely didn't think he would have Psychic Fangs, so at least that was useful information. Um, into Tyranitar. I guess here we're just trying to like get the Rotom to not heal us much. Um, so we stay in on this. I think we go, yes, Stone Edge. We're trying to just go for safe plays here. We just go for the Earthquake, but Carving stays asleep. And I think that's probably for the best considering what it does in the later games. Carving was definitely kind of a threat. Um, it was pretty threatening in the later games. So here we're just going for a safe Giga Drain. This one crits, but it was kind of like we really want chip on everything considering everything is kind of low. Here we call the Psychic Fangs, which was pretty crazy call because he could have easily gone for anything else and just killed Tyranitar. Just go for the Earthquake. Goes into Flygon. We predict the. Actually, we do not. We actually this is kind of weird because we kept trying to like mess around with it. We were trying to ruse. We were trying to kind of sack Xatu actually, but I think we should have teleported this whole time, and it kind of cost us because here I think we go for Psychic or something. Yeah, it doesn't really help us all that much, especially considering yeah that's Zoroark. Um, we're just going to Tyranitar here. Zoroark can't really do much. I wonder if that's like banded Zoroark or something. I wonder what the purpose of that was. I don't know why I was going for Throat Chop, but here we go. We take it out. We go into a Moongrass. We're really just trying to like everything's really like low right now, So yeah, we were just trying to like chip everything off. Amoonguss is really the safest mon we have right now because it just kind of tanks everything and he just chips down everything slowly with the Giga Drain, which is what we want. So here we're basically just stacking Tyranitar. We're really just trying to regenerate Amoonguss so he can kind of fight off both of these mons. Um, so we Volt Switch here. Oh, well, he Volt Switch. We sack. Melmetal is just there to kind of chip everything down because we really just want to lower everything, get it done. So we even tried ice punching it there, but of course that didn't really work out. Um, to Among Us, the pain split's really what I was gonna keep uh, the Rotom in this game, and these last couple of turns they're pretty clutch. To be honest, we really have to make a couple calls and really use Among Us regenerator ability right so we can be successful. Here we just Spore because really whatever he goes into doesn't really want to get the Spore and it really just helps us out. Um, so we go for the Giga Drain. We're just trying to chip off Flygon. I'm thinking the Flygon might be banded, but I'm not entirely sure. Then again, I'm thinking everything's banded in all these games, and most of the time they're not. Though I'm kind of confident this Flygon is banded. So here we don't really sack off on Mungus. We make sure to save it. Melmetal actually tanks that like quite well. Uh, and I think we might have gone for Ice Punch. Oh, we go for Protect because we were trying to heal off a little bit. We didn't mean to use Switch. We thought he would go for Earthquake again. Um, but he switches into Rodon. Um, and we kind of just get to regenerate Amoonguss, which is good for us. Then here we just get a Giga Drain off. We get a bunch of health back. We were trying to keep Amoonguss healthy because at this point he can pretty much just a 1v1 Flygon. Especially all the health that Rotom's giving us. It's really keeping Amoonguss healthy. The pain split is kind of not helping us, but now the toxic, really gets to chip down that Rotom. Doesn't really get to mess around with pain split all that much. Um, we heal each other a bit more with Giga Drain, but at this point, I think the toxic poison in the next couple of turns is what's really gonna hurt it. Yeah, at this point, the toxic's just gonna take it out, and we're just healing with a Moongus, and we can just live the Earthquake and Flygon. And Flygon is slow, so yeah, this one was a pretty close game. Um, but yeah, a lot of Cheese Puff Mons are very threatening, and I think really just a couple smart plays and close calls in this match is what really won us. And this is me versus Cheese Puff, and to be honest, I I am so rusty. I guess whenever I'm like helping someone that's battling, I can know how to make like good plays, but I don't know what happened here. I'm gonna be honest. I just made I guess I'll try to explain my thought process. So, of course, the Klefki screens lead. I'm just trying to set up stuff. Um, I knew I could kind of take that multi-attack well. Gonna switch it out to Rangedrum. I thought I could set up here, just with Dragon Dance, but the parting shot really hurts here. And this is another close thing. I'll go for the Dragon Dance. I'm thinking, okay, speed is good. I was thinking that this would knock it out, but I didn't think Golok would be like that bulky. So it gets pretty close. That might have been a roll. I don't know, but didn't really. And then here I'm just trying to Dragon Dance with Altaria, but he goes to Aggron, and my thought the process was is like it's whatever. It's Mega Aggron. It's like I'm at +1 attack, and then it just it just does nothing. So I just kind of forgot. I don't know. I was feeling really tired at the end of the day too. So I didn't really do like here. I'm just kind of messing around, trying to stop Salamence, use Toxic it, but I didn't really have that good of an answer. I guess my answer would have been Mega Altaria, but I kind of just screwed it up there. I think on the Aggron, if because I also thought his last move was Rest, um, which it was not, so that really hurt. Um, so I should have probably just swapped into Center Scourge and took that Heavy Slam and just maybe set up coils there. But at this point, I'm just trying to stop Salamence, and I really can't. He sweeps him out. I don't even kill it off with Toxic. Um, and same thing kind of happens on this replay. Um, Keep also trying to set up here. I love the Earthquake quite well. Uh, but here's the carving that was just really insane. Um, I'm thinking, oh, it's whatever the substitute. I'm just gonna set up on it. It's like it's whatever. Um, like I was in, oh, carving's just free setup. But then it starts doing this. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It was I did a toxic, and I guess it's because the aggro didn't have rest. I didn't think this thing would have rest, but it does, and it just heals off the toxic. And I'm here. I get even greedier, and I set up toxic spikes. But now I'm like, oh, damn, like. And then my fight goes off. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I Dragon Dance, break the sub. This is asleep. I keep trying to Dragon Dance, but this body press, I think okay, it nearly kills me. When I use it for Earthquake, and I guess it kills the sub, but it like I think it would have been nothing to Carbink. I was gonna classic again. I try to reflect. Interesting. I guess I throw off a toxic there. Yeah, so I was kind of gear up to fight the Pukumuku. I didn't think Cheese will use Vases, which here I tried using. I had cross poison on purpose so that I would get the sniper off. And I keep trying to just crit it, hope it would kill. The cross poison kind of like crits and breaks the sub. Um, body press is doing a lot. Another cross poison does a lot, but not enough. I feel like yeah, I try to crit here. If I would have crit there again, I could have got it, but I'm just kind of hoping the hacks at this point, and it doesn't really work in my favor. I think that if I could have crit there, maybe I could have came back in this game, but unfortunately not. This carving kind of it just kind of destroys my team. I keep trying to do the same thing again, but it doesn't really work out. And once Strapion's down, I really have no hope. Um, Trying to go to Tyrantrum, but that Earthquake does like nothing. Like I think it would have crit there. I would have. So I have all these other chances to crit, but I just don't. Uh, so yeah, I just kind of I really get no chances to crit here. Um, he kind of just one shots everything with the body press. Yeah, even Gallade. Gallade doesn't really get to do much here. I think Cheese Puff also noticed that our our draft picks are like mainly physical mons. So yeah, he could have easily walled us with like that Aggron and the Carbink. Um, really, Amoongus is what really carried us through that other game. Um, but even here, like Center Scorcher's not, it's not doing anything. All our mons kind of really can't do anything. Carbink. If I would have gone like two crits in a row, then maybe I could have killed the Carbink. But I was just kind of praying on luck, really. um, Because the Fire Lash breaks the sub, it's slowly killing. I guess they could have thought of going to set the Scorch earlier to try to weaken the defense, and maybe then going into Drapion and trying to crit that way. But then again, that would have made much of a difference. But yeah, here it was. I was thinking that he was Trick Room on that Carvink, and I guess that kind of cost me. Um, so yeah, that's really about it for this. The next matches should be coming like next week. Um, I'll just put this here again just so you guys know what everybody's team is. I think that later today I'll try to cook up a team for our next matches, but our next matches should be us versus Team Gamer Fathom, and it should be Team Labyrinth versus Rough and Tumble. So that should be pretty interesting. Both Team Labyrinth and Rough and Tumble have really interesting picks. I think whenever I was picking ours, we kind of like forgot to pay attention to a couple of things, because we were trying to like build a cool Santa team, and I guess we just forgot a lot of kind of essential stuff, really. But we still have some solid picks as well. Unfortunately, I mean, they didn't only get to pick their mons, but they still have some solid mons. Like Mega on Netric really came clutch for them. Mamoswine's pretty strong. Porygon Z is pretty strong. Mega Latias is actually probably one of the strongest Megas if you can pull off that Calm Mind stuff off. And honestly, I don't think they did that bad considering their team was randomized. So this should be pretty interesting. So I guess so far, Team Labyrinth and Team Rough and Tumble are like in the lead for points, and I guess us and Team Gamer Fathom are down on points. So we'll see how this turn out. They should be fun and they should be pretty interesting. So make sure to hit like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the rest of these matches. Okay, guys, egg out.